Hi, everybody. Guess what? We're in the holiday season, and I know some of us feel good and maybe not so good about that. There's lots of reasons why people love and dislike the holidays. So, I am Sarah Williams. I'm a life coach, and although I have a specific niche, I like to help in all areas. So, if you or somebody you know could use some help in getting what they want out of their life, feel free to look me up on www.borntoendure.com or feel free to email me at sarah@borntoendure.com. Today I'm going to share with you a tool that I use and that I've learned to help get through some things. Basically, it gives you a bit of awareness as to what you are thinking and how that's causing your brain to create results, whether you like it or not. So it's a tool. I trained with Brooke Castillo at the Life Coach School, and this is her work. This is what we learn. So I'm going to share it with you, and I'm excited to do that. So she has a tool which we call the model. She's chose this as the model. And what that means is basically we say that a circumstance, which is a C, we usually will title these down the side of the page, CTFAR. C is for circumstance. That's a problem, which means whatever your current problem is going on right now, but it has to be a fact. It has to be proven in a court of law. And I also want you to notice that that fact has no bearing whatsoever on how you think, feel, act until you put a thought to it. So it could be the sky is blue. And guess what? Or maybe in Oregon here, the sky is gray. And we could have a thought about that. But the fact of the matter is that the sky is gray. Actually, you don't have a thought or feeling or anything about that. It doesn't have any bearing on anything until you put a thought about it. So when you say the sky is gray or whatever, what is your thought? What about that? Let's put that here in the T line. And when you have a thought, I want you to question yourself on how that thought is making you feel. And you put that here in the F line. What feeling? One feeling. Just get your most powerful feeling that you're getting from that. When you feel this way, I want to know what you're doing. Question yourself. Go, okay, when I'm feeling gloomy or sad because I have a thought that because the sky is gray that makes it gloomy outside, right? So I'm going to feel a little bit down maybe. And so what actions do you do? What actions do you do when you feel that feeling, whatever the strongest feeling is that's coming up for you? And then I want you to then see how all of this causes a result. Okay, so if I'm going to sit here, I'm just using an example. The sky is gray. I don't have any energy. I don't feel like doing anything. Maybe that's what that is. I feel sad. The actions I might take is stay in bed, not go outside, not do my exercise, which means that the thought of me not wanting to do anything is exactly what I get. So I want to see how when you have a thought about it, that creates a feeling and an action, which all creates a, a result that proves exactly what you're thinking. So that's what we want to watch a little bit. So, because the holidays are coming up, I know this is a big thing for a lot of us, and some of us don't like it when Uncle Joe comes over and says, all these terrible jokes, or Aunt Mary's out having too many glasses of wine and she's yelling at grandma, and who knows? Who knows what comes up? But I know we all have some things in our families, our friendships that we I kind of bite our fingernails around for this time of year. You're like, man, I really hope that doesn't come up this year or whatever, right? So the fact is, Thanksgiving's happening next Thursday, whether we like it or not. And a thought that I put in here is my family is so dysfunctional, I don't want to go. That could be a thought that somebody's having, right? So that turns into a feeling of dread. The thought that my family is so dysfunctional, I don't want to go, turns me into feeling very dreadful. Like, I wish I'd just skip Thanksgiving this year. So my action is maybe I do skip Thanksgiving this year. I don't plan for it. I don't reply to any invites. I just sit here and think about how awful it's going to be, and I don't want to see Joe or Junior or Grandma, pissed me off last Sunday, so I don't want to see her. There's all this stuff that you could be doing. You're like, and so then I don't prepare a dish, and none of this action is supporting going to Thanksgiving. So I prove the fact that I also add to the dysfunction here, right? I'm not doing anything about it and I don't go. So my result, because of how I was thinking, feeling, and what I did, proves to me that my result proves that I actually am part of the dysfunction. Oh gosh, that's a terrible realization, right? So I've decided that, you know what? I want to have an amazing. I want to turn this around this year. I want to enjoy my Thanksgiving so much. And guess what? You have that decision. You can make that choice for yourself as well. And you can include your family or don't include your family. That's up to you. I decided I want to enjoy my holiday with everybody this year. And everybody, meaning, what am I going to do to make sure that I enjoy my holiday with everybody? I want you to notice that Thanksgiving Day didn't change. That's still happening next Thursday, whether we like it or not. That's a fact. Doesn't have any bearing. It's totally neutral. So, in order for me to enjoy my holiday, I am going to have to be engaged. I might have to answer some of those invites. For me, I'm a take charge kind of gal, so I'm going to take charge of this holiday. I'm going to create my own dinner. I'm going to create my own invite list. So, that actually is me setting some boundaries, which means maybe I don't invite Joe or Mary to this dinner. And, I just don't want to have to deal with the repercussions of their actions. So I just, frankly, want to spend time with people who don't create drama this time of year for me. And I want to learn to love this holiday again. And, I'm going to set my expectations ahead of time. I'm going to let people know. I'm going to want to let people know what to bring, when to show up, when I would really love people to be out of my house. And, I'm just going to have it easy going so people can come and go at any time. There's no set amount of time people have to stay and feel obligated. They can come and they can leave. I'll have games, I'll have food. I just want it to be really stress free and easy. And I'm going to set some boundaries. So if there's some people that are kind of iffy, I'm going to say, hey, if this makes people uncomfortable that you're here, I am going to ask you to leave. I can say that up front. And then the minute the thing with boundaries is you actually have to follow through with the consequence. So if for some reason somebody does something that you don't approve or that you warn them about in ahead of time and they do it anyways, then you've got to follow through and they have to be excused. That's just following up on your promise to yourself. In order for me to do all of these things, I need to feel blessed. I need to come from a place of abundance and feel very blessed that these people are going to be coming to my home, and I want to honor that. The thought I have to think about that now is I can't wait to see everybody. So Thanksgiving is happening. My thought is I can't wait to see everybody. I feel so blessed. And I'm going to be engaged. I'm going to take charge. I'm going to ask people to bring certain things so it makes it so easy. People can come and go when they want. We'll have a couple games set up. I want everybody to enjoy my home as if it's their home. And guess what? I'm going to end up enjoying my holiday so much because people who want to be there are going to be there, okay? And the people that I didn't want there aren't going to be on my invite list, right? And that's totally okay. It's totally healthy for you guys to have these boundaries. So I want you to be sure that you know that. It's your holiday. You can have it however you want. If you want to spend it in this other model, which we call the unintentional model here, is what we're actually thinking. You're not going to go and you're not going to have a good holiday here in this model, but you can choose. I just chose that I'm gonna enjoy it, and this is what we call in our intentional model. So I'm just going to challenge you all to take a minute. If you are feeling a certain way that you're not loving, right? Just take a step up and take a look and see, what thought are you thinking that's making you feel this way? And then how are your actions uh, going towards your result? What are you doing to pursue to go after the result? What are you doing? And is this result one that you like? And guess what? You can always take that back up and go, oh my gosh, my thought is creating my result by how I feel and how I act. So that's one thing I want to bring out to you, because we all can have a very blessed holiday. And I just want you all to take a minute, check in with your thoughts, and make sure they're aligned with your values and how you want to feel. And I promise you'll get the result that you want this holiday. And go ahead and love everybody. You can love everybody just as they are, and still don't have to be around them. So you can love from a distance just as much as you can love somebody who's in your home. Have a great holiday, everybody.